Yo, 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 what's good, what's good? I'm Dex.
And this is Jay.
Queen Esther here, crown it.
And thank you for joining us for another episode of Complicated Discord. It's been a crazy week this week, man. How y'all been doing?
Doing good, man.
Amazeballs.
What?
Amazeballs.
She is using the whitest of the white lingos now.
See that?
It's not. It's just Amazeballs.
Listen, we all knew that's something that a black person came up with.
I mean, really.
It's like awesome sauce.
I use that too.
Hey,
Awesome sauce.
I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just saying we obviously know a black person didn't come up with that.
He's saying if you trace it back to the root of its origins,
It's stuff from Caucasian origins.
What's your guys' week? How was your week?
The week was all right. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been better. Like I could have hit the lottery. That'd have been dope.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Got some bills.
All right. Hey, but I don't know how much y'all been following the news as of recently, but you know this whole thing with August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith has gotten a ton of media attention. As we all know, he brought that up the first time. I forget what the interview was, but he brought up the whole entanglement situation. And it was addressed by Will and Jada at Red Table Talk.
Right.
And then it was brought by him again with, he was in a Lil Wayne interview. He also brought it up again. And then recently, he had another interview. I forget the magazine, but he also brings it up yet again. And personally, I'm sick of it, man. I'm over August Alsina and his trying to be relevant ass.
What did he do to you, man?
He's getting money. That's what he's doing. He's just getting his money.
But that's my thing. Trying to get publicity is one thing. When you're dragging other people, it's another. You understand what I'm saying?
She dragged him first, though. It's not like he came out. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, no, he did. He's the who dropped the whole thing about them hooking up.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one who brought up, and then she started getting flack because they're like, oh well, she took advantage of him. He was in a real bad state, and he's having mental issues.
From the moment they had this open marriage concept, they drugged themselves into it. That's my opinion.
Look, I feel like August Alsina was a side nigga, and then absolutely
his position.
He forgot his side nigga responsibilities.
He got to play his role. I feel you. I'm not even gonna hold you. He really got.
You gotta understand something. I get it, man. Look, he's been hurt. And I understand it, but we all been hurt. My problem is the fact that he's dragging it out publicly. You know what I'm saying?
This is my view, though. Honestly, we already know what kind of generation we're in. Everything is reality TV this, and we need drama just to pay attention to something. The music industry has changed significantly. You don't have to have quality anymore. It's all about the shock factor. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to drag this out to get back to the level of relevancy I guess he had before. You can't blame him for getting his money.
Yeah. So he was the best at that 6'9".
6'9".
Yes.
That's a whole different.
A little fuck.
People do some real disrespectful shit in 6'9's name. Anyway, look. The thing is, my thing with this whole situation is he had one interview. I get it. You put it out there. You know what he reminds me of? He sounds like one of those sugar babies who's like, hey, I'm going to tell your wife. and the sugar daddy was like, tell her I don't give a shit. So she just had to drag it on. He's like a video vixen.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Oh, my. Damn. Why are you hurting the man's character so much? I mean, he's doing it to himself, no doubt. I get it.
You gotta give him some kind of credit.
Listen, and that's fine.
You act like if you didn't smash every picture, you wouldn't be telling people.
Because first of all, I'm a regular ass dude. Of course, I'll be telling people. That would be an accomplishment for me.
Exactly.
But
so it's still work for him.
Yeah, but you have to understand, it's not so much about the accomplishment.
Where is your decorum?
What's that? Mine?
Your decorum, you gonna tell everybody that is so wrong.
Listen.
That's just
my thing is, like I said, they did what they did, and it is what it is. I get it. Like you said, Esther, they decided to get into an open relationship. They put
from that moment. There was that issue.
They put themselves in that position, and I don't be honest. I have no mercy or sympathy for any of them. I do kind of feel like the is being wrong is he won't let a sleeping dog lie, if that makes sense. Like he did it. He did it and he brought it up. And then he talked about it again. And now
they always say that money is the root of all evil. He wants attention.
That's all they ask him when he goes to the interviews anyways.
But you know
that's the first question. Like, what's he supposed to do? He's supposed to curve him?
Yes, as a grown man,
really?
yes. Yeah, you grown.
I don't think you would.
Listen.
They're paying him for the interview.
Yeah.
What?
They're already paying him for the interview. You have to give, give something for people that they want to look at.
Not talking about Jada, I don't think they want to talk to him.
Okay, but here's my situation, right? And I'm looking at it from the point of view of the offshore of Will Smith for a little bit, and the kids involved, right?
Yeah.
You won't let, like, every time we were like, okay, we're over this. Yeah. You dragging the shit back out just for publicity. Like, Will had his situation. He admitted today, he's like, yeah, I did my thing. It is what it is. I was wrong. Your feelings were hurt. I apologize. But at the end of the day, you know what didn't happen? When Will had his things going on, you didn't have his side chicks coming up and blowing it up all over the news every 2 days.
He kept them in check, and that's where Jada failed.
But like I said, at the same time, August he's forgetting his side nigga rules, man.
Yeah, he's got his place.
He's forgetting how to be a professional side dude.
Like I said, he just want to get that money.
And let's be honest, I'm pretty sure
he has entanglement to prove it.
Exactly. Okay. I'm pretty sure Jada wasn't the first married chick August done smashed.
No.
Now, you stretching it. Now you're stretching it.
He's acting like that's all he's out there doing.
I'm not saying it. Hold on. I never said that. I'm saying she isn't the first. She's not the first. Now, listen.
Oh, you mean because he was a celebrity and, there's those stocks over there, and okay, I get that concept.
Let's be honest.
But smash a chick the caliber of Jada. See, now he could go get his money. It's worth talking about.
And like I said last week, on a financial point of view, it was not a stupid move. He seen an opportunity.
I said to get that money. That's what he's doing.
But I do feel like at one point you got to stop exploiting the pain of somebody else, because we all seen that around the table talk. Yeah. Will's feelings was hurt.
Yeah.
His
feelings were hurt, but so was August's feelings. Yeah. And I feel like if anything, that's what he's doing. He's perpetuating this anger that he has. He's like, I want you to feel this hurt that I felt when, we had this entanglement, but I thought it was more than this entanglement. Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. I'm going to get my money. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. But then, you know what? Then take that out on her. But now, because you have to understand, like I said, they got kids.
Yeah.
Now,
but you know what? Them kids grown.
They're actually adults now. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Right? Would you want to hear? Would you want to hear every 2 weeks somebody's piping your mom down?
Nah, man.
Exactly my point. That's my point. Eventually, it's kind of like, that's my mom, bro. I get it. I went through something. I get it. You feel certain, but bro, you know
that's the industry.
And then to use it when one feeling, I'm going to mental of my feelings. Okay. People go through mental.
Will even understood that because he said it in the interview.
You know what he could do? If he's having such big mental issues, honestly, stop bringing it up publicly. Go sit down and talk to them privately. Go to a counselor. Go to a psychiatrist. There's other ways to approach it rather than, then let's be honest, snitching every chance you get.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, because now I need to go back to what Jada had said. She felt some kind of way in a positive fashion being able to help someone. Fix someone. Mm-hmm. So this is the price she has to pay for feeling like she's Dr. Phil. Okay. Okay.
If helping someone is giving some coochie, then a lot of these psychiatrists got to be.
She had medical issues. There were other things. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand her from afar. She still went too far. She got an entanglement. She didn't even want to say what it was.
But you know what I'm saying? No, here's what I'm saying. Yes, that happened. But mind you, Will and Jada aren't talking about it anymore. They said their piece and they let it go.
Right, and it was years ago that this had occurred. But at the end of the day, money is still very relevant, and he got to get his money. The end.
Make good music then.
Oh,
bro, you are get money. Make good music.
I agree.
That's how I feel. Like, I'm not gonna support you just because you were smashing Jada Pinkett. Like, I don't care about all that. Make good music, and I'll buy your album. And all of this whole, I'm going to keep dragging this out. This isn't going to make me respect you anymore. you still gonna be a jilted side nigga in my personal opinion. Like, look, that's how I
burn. That really felt like I felt the burn for him. I really did. You said a jilted side nigga. He didn't even get no vows out of that, my dude.
That's, and you know, like I said, it was years ago. So what was the point of bringing it up now?
Yeah.
I keep saying that's money.
Yeah, exactly.
And his pain, that's his catharsis, man. That's him. You know, when a guy cheats on a woman usually, and then you be like, man, just let it go. But like that pain is still very relevant from when a woman was betrayed or when August was betrayed. So this is his catharsis. Let the man fucking get this money.
Yeah. Here's how I see it.
And his therapy.
Look, here's how. That's like if you and Jay were dating, right? Jay cheated on you 6 years ago, but you only waited.
I would never do that, by the way.
But you
black men don't cheat.
Okay. All right. But then you gonna wait until we get around. You know, you gonna wait till y'all get around your friends and get out in public. Y'all sitting down eating lunch. Hey, you want to get the chicken now? Well, that's why you cheated, nigga. What?
I was just about to say, because I am still a woman, I'm like, there's certain things that are triggers. Yeah. Maybe every single thing that August sees is just trigger because he saw.
You read what's happening.
Yeah, you know what happened? He was probably watching Baps before the interview.
Hey, that's a good movie, man. Don't go throwing Baps under the bus.
I'm not saying it was. I was saying he was probably watching Baps and he was like, damn, Jada. You know what I'm telling you? I'm telling you. I can't take this no more.
Wilted August pussy. What?
Wow.
I just put that. I was like, oh, poor August. Man, stop coming down on him so like hard. He's going through something. He had issues. He's going through his.
I understand he's going through something. I get that,
but let it go.
My thing is, why are you dragging other people into it? Constantly.
Because that's the way for him to get his account to go up. He still has like his things to take care of for himself.
Focus his tour, right? He's trying to promote whatever it is, his album or whatever. First thing they're going to ask him, are we allowed to talk about that? And if he says no, then they'll be like, all right, well, then we have nothing to talk about.
Exactly. You feel me?
And that's my point. Make good music. Maybe we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
Make good music.
Let me ask you something. Did you ever listen to his music before this? Ever?
Yes. I've listened to
I did.
I've listened to a couple of his songs.
What about you, Esther?
I did.
Here and there. You liked him before?
Huh?
You like him before? Did he make good music?
Yeah, I did. I mean, he was fine. I mean, nothing like, ooh, spectacular. No hating towards August. It's just like, I'm a busy woman.
Exactly. He made good music. I'm not saying he didn't. Yeah. I wasn't impressed about it. I wasn't calling my homies like, yo, bro, you got to listen to this album. This album. That's not where he was, in my personal opinion. And, you know, by all means, I'm not saying anyone has to feel the way I feel. I just kind of personally feel like, look, you're going through your mental issues. You're going through.
I think it's.
I get it. It's rough. But then don't sit down and drag the dude that has nothing. I'm not saying he doesn't have nothing to do with it. Let me rephrase that. Don't drag the guy who's trying to heal from it at the same time. If you're going through something, why would you want to put somebody else in the same position? If you were both hurt by the same woman, like, why would you that's like you calling, hey, bro, you remember when your old lady cheated on you 6 years ago? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she cheated on me 2 years ago. Let's keep talking about this. Bro, stop.
I mean, another thing is, too, that he does have to live a certain level of his life in the public eye anyway. So he's going through his healing in the public, and this is his means to do so. Right. You know, everybody's growing at a different level. He's maturing at his level.
He's going through his thing in the public because he put it out there. Prior to this, no one was really, I mean... Has
anybody ever heard about TMZ?
Yeah, I mean...
On that door right quick and be like, well, we got this check. Let me hear what kind of dirty, stuff you got going on. I mean, any which way you look at it, there's always the one concept about money. Yeah. Money's going to come up and be like, well, I did want this new car. Let me, do X, Y, Z.
And you know what's even crazier about that? People are talking about this, but... this word snitch has been being thrown around a lot lately.
Oh,
anyone calling August a snitch? I'm just saying.
Well, because she said it first.
No, she did not. He brought it out in the interview.
Because this thing happened like 2 years ago, like quite a couple years ago, and then it came back and reared its ugly head.
Here's what he said. He said, it happened, and there were a lot of rumors flying around.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, it was starting to affect my business, starting to affect me as an artist. So I felt like I needed to address it, which I completely respect. I get it. But my thing is, you addressed it. Do you have to keep addressing it every single time?
Don't you think maybe on a certain level, like it's embarrassing for him too? As you said, he's the jilted side nigga. Like he didn't have that in his head. He was in love with Shorty.
Okay, but again,
he thought they were in love.
But think about it this way, like you said, he is a jilted side nigga, but that wasn't public knowledge. Yeah. He knew that, but everyone else didn't know that. Now that everyone else knows that, they're gonna keep asking him about it, and it's gonna keep bringing up the same hurt feelings you had when it first started. People say you forget, but you don't forget, but you don't want a constant reminder every time you walk out in the street. And now that's exactly what he has, because now you're right. He can't go on an interview without somebody saying, "Hey, so let's talk about Jada."
Yeah.
How do you get over your emotional turmoil?
Well, he painted himself in that corner.
And that's why I don't feel bad for him. Yeah. I feel like he needs to let it go, and move on with his life. Bro, she didn't want to mess with you. Or he didn't want to, the point is it was over, because that whole...
The point is, from the moment that he walked into it, he knew that she was still married and that he was a choice. Oh, right now you're the option that I'm going to choose. They're all wrong in this whole situation. A marriage traditionally is till death do us part. No other hoes or bitches and niggas, right?
Yeah, you're right.
They included other people. So if there's a public embarrassment, whose bad is it? Every single party involved, periodically. I'm serious.
One of the kids. Because now anytime he gets into an argument, remember that time Augustina smashed your mom? It's like, bro, come on, stop.
Then these young children, they're pretty much adults, and then they're going to make their own mistakes too, because they grew up in the freaking public eye. They have public people money. They could go out there and do things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody's going to grow. They just happen to grow in public.
Yeah, you're right. So look, like to put it, like honestly, me personally, I just kind of feel like August is being a jilted side dude, and he's not letting it go. And personally, I feel like for you to heal and for everyone else to heal, eventually you gotta stop.
You gotta stop snitching.
Yeah, speaking of, it gotta stop. You gotta stop constantly bringing it up over and over and over and over and over again. Stop. Leave it alone. Do this. What about y'all? What is your opinions on it?
I gave you mine. I told you.
He's gonna do what he's gonna do, man. And like I said, if that's what he has to do to sell albums, so be it.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, he wants to go through his stuff publicly. They're all incorrect, and it's all about that money.
So to move on to the next topic, okay. I don't know if you guys have seen, you probably have, Lauryn Hill's daughter put out like a 2-hour long Instagram live talking about, her childhood and what she faced.
Yeah.
And her dad, and she felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. And I understand that she was talking from a point of hey, I want to share what I went through. This was hard for me, and I'm putting this out there so anyone else that may be going through this understand they're not alone. Mm-hmm. But when the media caught hold of it, it was taken out of context and spread out. And again, I can understand why though, because she is in the public eye, and at some point when you are in the public eye, when you are a media outlet, kind of to say, mm-hmm. people are going to take bits and pieces of what you say and read it however they want. And she didn't think about that, which is something that she probably should have thought about prior to saying everything she said. And by all means, I don't see her as wrong for voicing her opinion. I just do kind of feel that at the end of the day, she would have put more foresight into what she was saying.
How do you feel about what she said?
I feel, first of all, I'm West Indian, and I grew up getting my ass beat on a regular basis.
And normal people wouldn't.
Right? Well, I don't know. I used to do some bad shit growing up.
I see that.
I took my dad's VCR apart one time.
Why would you do that?
Because I was a stupid kid. Like, I was a kid.
You got to ask for that, right?
Take a VCR apart does not constitute.
I wouldn't even dare to.
Like I said, I used to I'd get off of school, and instead of going home, I'd go to the arcade with my friends for 2-3 hours without a phone call, without my dad was worried.
If I was your parent, I would reach out and touch your ass before you got in the door.
Exactly. So yes, I got plenty of of ass whoopings, you know. And she was talking about, I used to get beat and also, and I understand her point because she did at one point say, well, you have to understand, my mom was
going through a lot.
She was in a relationship. Yeah. She was a public figure, and there was a lot of pressure on her. A lot of the times, even Laura Hill said it because she spoke about it as well. Yeah. She said there were times where I would let the pressure get to me, and yes, I would discipline her, and a lot of that would boil over into the discipline.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She pointed out she's not arguing the fact that she disciplined her daughter because she was a parent and you have to discipline children. She just said I was wrong because yes, there were times where I did let it spill over, and I was angry and I disciplined her and I was angry at the same time. So yes, it might have went a little far, you know? And she addressed it, and I respect what she said.
Well, like I said, she didn't say nothing wrong in the video. You know, she was kind of just telling her experience about what happened to her child. You know,
she was telling her experience, but she did a little bit more in my book. Like she showed certain things that her mother would do while she was beating her, which would insinuate that she was enjoying it. Like she had her hand up and like was beating her and going in. And I was like, don't realize that your mother's Lauryn Hill. She did say that, but I'm just like, the way you're like promoting this or showing it, it's like your mother enjoyed whooping your ass.
Yeah, the way she presented it, the way it was taken, wasn't that her mom was disciplining her because she was wrong. She made it seem like her mom was like straight up abusing the hell out of her.
Yeah, and enjoying it. And that's the issue that I had. I was like, I feel like, yes, you could talk about your experiences, but in the same notion, you still have to protect your mom.
Yeah.
Like, because she is Lauryn Hill. And she's not dead. The child isn't dead.
And I'm not, you know, the thing is, Lauryn Hill refused a bunch of flack. And I assume she didn't assume that her mom was going to take that much flack. And that's the problem. She didn't have the foresight to say.
She didn't think it all the way through. She was simply going on live. Just
for promotion.
Yeah. And the thing is, like I said before, and even in the whole August Alsina situation, you're hurt and you feel like, you know, it was reflective for her. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you could have reflected some of those thoughts privately. Not everything needs to be brought to social media. Not everything that goes through in your life, you need to say, oh my God, this happened to me today.
That's the thing. That's the generation we're in right now. Everything's public. Everything is live. Like, look what I'm doing. I just got $50 million. And show it on live. Like, that's this new, I'm going through issues at home. Me and my boyfriend are having issues. Let's put it on live. Like, people get killed on live. I mean, that's what we've been moved into.
So let's say a person is getting abused, right? Or has gotten abused in their life at some point. How is it that they're supposed to talk about it? Are they supposed to talk about it openly? Are they supposed to go to therapy for it and never speak about it publicly? Okay. How does one go about expressing the stuff that happened to them?
I feel. Go ahead, Dad.
Well, look, in my personal opinion, I kind of feel like you can go to therapy and you can talk about this. That's a thing you can do. And if you want to speak on it on a public platform, you just kind of have to choose your words a little more carefully because everything can be taken out of context. Mm-hmm. You understand? I could have a sentence with what if, and then lead down a totally bizarre, you know, scenario. Mm-hmm. And people can take that and cut the what if part and just leave in, hey, Dex said, you know, he kicks puppies. And it's kind of like, I say that, you know?
No, I understand. To touch on
what if I said, yo, this puppy was attacking my toddler and I kicked the puppy. Yeah. And then now all of a sudden it doesn't turn into, it doesn't turn into, hey, he was protecting his toddler. It turns into, he was abusing animals. Yeah. He kicked the puppy. You have no reason to kick a puppy. I mean,
listen, I say that she's young and she said what happened to her. I think that maybe she, like you said, she should have went into such detail. She should protect her mom. But at what point do you stop protecting your mom and just air it?
Now, back to touch on what Jay said, like, okay, if a person goes through a level of trauma, I feel like find friends that are close to you if you want to talk about it. Therapy should always be on the table if you can do so. Or if you can, even go talk to the person you have that issue with or you had that experience with if you have that ability to. But in terms of taking it directly to the public platform, unless you've been schooled on how to speak in public and cover certain things, then you shouldn't do it at all. Because in that instance, she was very, very immature in knowing what to do.
No, yeah. And it's not so much about protecting anyone, honestly. Like, I kind of, like I said, I kind of feel like the ass whoopings you get as a child, you see it as a terrible thing. You vilify your parents because you're a child. And you don't necessarily take it as, hey, I'm getting my butt whooped for whatever I did.
But there are some people who take butt whoopings too far.
Yes, no.
Way too far. And I know you guys know some people.
No, absolutely. That is a thing. Yeah. Child abuse is a thing. People do go way too far.
And for those people, how are they supposed to express what happened to them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, they can go to therapy, but I feel as though if they've had that done to them, that's the thing about it, is when people have trauma done to them, people always tell them, oh, shut up, don't say nothing. You don't shut your mouth. You know, keep it as, that's not good for them. That's not good for anybody.
It's not. But do you think that Lauryn Hill beat her child to the point to where it was too much?
I honestly, I don't know. Because
Lauryn Hill just said that. She was like, yes, I did go too far because of taking life stresses and putting that into the butt whooping.
I think anybody
did that she was going to, at least she acknowledged it.
Well, yeah, no, of course. I get that. But do you think that's protecting someone is what I'm saying to you? Like, your parents beat you, or your dad beat you. He came up from work one day, he had a stress day at work. You did something bad. He beat you and he took it a little too far. He spanked you longer or hit you harder than normal, right? When you were a kid. Do you feel like it's necessary to come out 10 years down the line and put it out on social media?
But I do feel that if you took things too far, maybe somebody beat me with a curling iron, there are ways to take things way too far.
No, absolutely.
Did she have this conversation with her mother? Because she's having this conversation with the world. Did she have a conversation with her mother? That's what I'm saying. And if you had the conversation with your mom, did she have the opportunity to apologize and talk about it on that level? That's the thing. She just, she whipped my ass. And she was just enjoying it. And, she made it look bad.
But regardless, even if you have that conversation with your parents and you guys don't meet eye to eye, do you feel like it's necessary, being a public figure, to take that to social media? Because you know what's going to end up happening is no matter what you say, your parents are going to be vilified. They're going to see them as monsters, And
yeah, that's something that should have been taken into account.
You could have been something where you're just like, man, you know what? Yeah, because there's times where I'm like, yeah, I should have got my ass whooped for that. I absolutely deserve that ass whooping because that was a terrible thing. It was stupid. I deserve that. Granted, I wish I wouldn't have gotten it,
What about her father? Because everybody always brings up mom in a situation like, what did your mother teach you? Where was Pops at?
She said that he wasn't around. He wasn't around.
He was around.
Because he was like that, and he was Rohan Marley.
I don't know if he was speaking, and the way people took it was that she made it sound like he was a deadbeat. And I've seen the video. It did kind of sound like she made it sound like he was a deadbeat.
But then she came back and said that.
No, she cleared it up. But again, like at that point, it was too late. It was too late. Because now it could be like, okay, now she's trying to protect him. Yeah. Now she's trying to cover for him. Now she's making excuses of why he wasn't there.
Listen, I think like...
Who, Lauryn Hill?
Yeah. No, the dog.
Selah. Okay. Well, no, because I remember back in the day too, because they're public figures. No, Rohan wasn't there. He was very MIA and doing his own, I can't call it a Marley thing, but he was being a young man.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't there.
And she did say, look, I don't necessarily blame him because his father wasn't necessarily there for him either. So they were young. They didn't really know how to handle the situation.
And then this will go into things trickle down into generations. So which is why I'm like, with the Selah situation, it should be nipped in the bud. It should be addressed. Be like, this is not the way to conduct things. No, I shouldn't have whooped your ass. Dad should have been there, XYZ. So it doesn't trickle down to the generations.
Because there was no direct answer on whether she spoke to her parents prior to putting this out.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Our generation, we would never do something. That's right. We never come on live and express the things that happen to us because that's just not how our generation was raised.
We didn't have live. Live was going outside and telling y'all this.
There are some people our age who still do it, but we know that we're past that age. But the way kids are growing up, maybe that's her way of dealing with it. And I'm saying to myself, if that's her way of dealing with it, I'd rather her get it out and deal with it as opposed to just hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just.
I agree.
That was her catharsis. That was her letting it out. Like, okay, I put this to rest. I put it on the table.
So here's my question to both of you. Now, what you just said that was her way of letting it out, right? do you not think that she could have let it out in a more private environment? Do you feel like, hold on. Do you feel like she needed to let it out on such a public level?
This is what it comes down to, like our generation and their generation. We would have went about it a much different way.
Yeah, but I'm asking, do you think
that she could have done it a little bit better? But at the end of the day, if that's how she had to do it, I'm happy. I'd rather her get that pain out there than for her to just harbor those feelings for the rest of her life, go to therapy, and just have to deal with stuff later on.
I agree. No, I'm agreeing with you. For me, because from our point of view, our generation is like, I'm a very private person. So, like, it takes a lot to press that live button and be like, even when, other celebrities come on live and just talk to their fans or talk to the people, because it's like they almost have to explain things that are going on in their lives to the public, because the public is like part of their life, and that's not fair. Certain things are just meant to be private.
Being in the public eye is rough. I mean, because let's be honest, anything you could say could be taken out of context, and it's a rough life to live. But speaking of celebrities taking things to social media and going on live and airing their feelings, let's talk about Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez. Now, I know that Jay has been trying to touch on this topic for weeks now.
I wouldn't say that.
So I'm gonna definitely go ahead and let you take the lead on this one.
Oh, really?
Yes. What do you think about this whole thing?
Well, she just came out live the other day and expressed what happened. Because up to that point, we really didn't know what was going on. Everything was allegedly. So people thought that she cut her foot on glass, so be it. But no, she came out live and she actually said exactly what happened. And for one, I think that she's right for saying that. They're trying to say that she's a snitch, like 6ix9ine. That's what.
Real quick, just so everyone knows. Like this has been going on for a while now. We have refused to touch this topic because
so the facts came out.
Exactly, we didn't have enough facts.
So the facts, yes, that's true.
I'm not apologizing for shit. So I refuse not to put out bad information.
Yeah,
you don't like what I have to say. It is what it is. But at least what I'm saying isn't bullshit. But people are being disrespectful.
Yeah. So comparing her to I don't think they're nowhere in the same class of people. If I'm being
they're not there at all. Don't you ever in the history of niggerdom ever even think that they could be close to the same category?
Before we start that whole comparison talk, let's give a little backstory to this. As most know, she was injured when she was out with Tory Lanez's bodyguard and one of her friends.
Right.
Since that whole thing has happened, rumors have been just flying around. One was she cut
people are bored.
One was he shot her. One was it was her gun. One was she pulled the gun first. Now they still haven't, come out and said whose gun it was or where the gun came from. But there was a gun. There was a gun involved. And when Megan Thee Stallion came out on her live, she said, "Look, there was a gun involved. I was shot. I didn't say anything because in the time we're in now, cops are shooting people just for less. So I felt like if I said he had, it wouldn't have been for him going to jail. They would have killed him."
Here's my question. I have one question. How did she get back in that car after she was shot?
That's a good question.
Or did he shoot her in the car? Because she said that she got out. She said that she got out and she walked away and then he started shooting at her. But then come to find out that she said she's in the car with the gun, with Tory, and she doesn't want to get shot. So she's saying that she's not going to say, "But yeah, he shot me," So that's kind of weird.
The story is kind of weird, but from what she explained it, she said she was walking away. He leaned out the window.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with that. Tory Lanez is like 4'11".
Napoleon complex.
He had to climb up the door and be like, "Hang on a second." Like,
it would have took a while.
It took a lot of forethought to try to shoot her. Like, that took a lot of energy for someone that short. And the thing is, I don't even know what she could have said to anger him. Yeah. What was she like? "You too short for Kali anyway?" He got mad. Like,
that's the question. Like what?
In my opinion, there's nothing you could say to justify shooting somebody. You could call me all types of bitch all day. I mean, that's fine.
Charlamagne said it right. There's nothing.
I feel in this instance, he had to be on something, or he's not healed from some level of trauma in his life for that, whatever it was, to touch him in that state, for somebody walking away from him. Because that's what I was walking away from the drama.
And it's even worse because he gave no thought of where he was at that point. Because let's be honest, Tory Lanez he's not a regular dude. He's got some fame. The eye is on him. He's
And he belongs to Canada.
You know, like he was thinking he was all of this, and he still decided to throw it all out to try to shoot after somebody. You understand? And he didn't even consider, hey, what if I didn't hit her in the foot?
Yeah.
What if one of those bullets would have hit her?
I said he had to be on something, under the influence of something, to cloud his judgment, or his ego is just that fragile.
But then the whole thing is, even after all of this, right? After all this story went on for once about a month now, maybe. She finally came out and she put it out there. She said she was sick of his team dragging her and putting that. She
lie about it, saying that she caused it, and
she's a black woman out there trying to protect the black men.
A man that
was a little bitch.
Yeah, a man that tried to harm her, and she turns around and tries to protect.
And then you got other rappers and people saying, "Oh, hey, she is snitch." One young lady went and saying, "Y'all don't fuck with Megan the Stallion. I mean, with 6ix9ine, but y'all mess with Megan the Stallion." First of all,
two different calibers of people, not even in the same category. Then you stop.
Respectful hell, right there. Mm-hmm. I think that would be enough for you to want to murder somebody. Yeah. Like the thing is, and here, people could say, well, 6ix9ine, he owed nobody no loyalty, and I get that. I understand that. Here is my thing: when Meg the Stallion came out, Meg never came out as a thug. She didn't come out as a queen. She didn't come out as, hey, I'm gonna send my peoples after you. Mm-hmm. She came out under the platform of, hey, I'm a
hot girl and I'm a college student.
Yeah, I'm classy. I get my bills paid by dudes because they got money to pay. That was how she came out. Mm-hmm. So you can't sit there and say, oh, hey, she's not true to the game because she never vowed to be. But 6ix9ine, on the other hand, this dude is out here chasing people down, running up on other rappers.
Gang-related activity.
Pay people to murder people. Yeah. And my thing was, this dude...
You're saying that he pretended to be something that he's not.
He did, yeah. He had that persona that he was
a bitch. Sorry.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem with him. My thing was, he snitched not because they did something wrong to him. He snitched to get himself out of trouble. He was looking at some time, and he was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna save myself."
For his own personal gain.
Exactly. He snitched.
It's true.
Now, here's my...
Go ahead.
Here's my thing with that, right? If you're gonna portray this thug mentality, you're a gangster, you hood, you're a thug, you talking about gun talk, right? Mm-hmm. And people smash your baby mother and try to kidnap you and rob you, then for a thug, thugs handle it in a thug way. They're not going to snitch on you. Yeah. They're going to come at you in a totally different way. And I'm not sitting now saying that that's right. I'm absolutely not. But what I am saying is, if you are a thug, or as you claim to be a thug, then you handle situations like that for thugs. I'm not going to, if I'm hanging out with a dude that I know is affiliated, I know he's a thug and he does grimy things, I'm not going to put it past him to try something like that. Yeah. You understand? He put himself in that position, he got in trouble and decided to run through the law to get out. And that's not what she did. So when you compare her to 6ix9ine, that is disrespect on a whole new level.
Extreme.
It is. And could anybody remember that a man just shot at a woman? I mean, a man shouldn't shoot at anybody who's walking away. Just like cops shoot a lot of us walking away. That was some other shit. And she was in the neighborhood that we were in. A neighbor called the police, which is why she was like, black people, gun, car, there's a helicopter over her. There's a level of fear. It's a traumatic situation.
You know what I found crazy though? People are talking about, oh, well, these cops are shooting people when they're walking away, but then now everyone's making an excuse for Tory Lanez. Oh, she is snitch.
Yeah.
Why is it any different? Yeah. More importantly, this is exactly why black women feel like they're not being protected by their own community. Because now she came out and said, this dude shot me, and rather than rallying behind her saying, hey, you know what, that's messed up.
Right, yeah. He should go to jail.
They're all like, oh, you a snitch. Stop snitching. Bro, how about we protect our own, you know what I'm saying?
The lines get blurred when it comes to snitching, you know? That's really the problem.
Line gets blurred when it comes to people that we like.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's true, because it's like, oh, no, you're going to tell on Tory. Now we can't hear his music anymore. He's going to get deported. And I'm like, but he could have killed her. Suppose he didn't have good aim. If he had good aim and shot her in the spine, we won't be able to see her twerk anymore. That's part of her career. I'm sorry, I had that issue. I was like, no, don't shoot her feet. Now she can't do that little squat thing she does.
Nobody wins, you know?
So yeah,
no.
This whole thing about her being a snitch, I don't agree, man. I felt like she did absolutely what she had to do.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they're not realizing.
She didn't have to not tell anything because she was the victim in that situation.
She could have told that absolute not. He could have been in jail right now.
She could have told him right when it happened. She could.
And she even said he's not in jail because I didn't say anything.
She said
even the police officers were being vicious towards her, and she was bleeding.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone realizes that this whole media, not all attention is good attention. This could have credibly hurt her
career.
What actually already has been.
Like, labels have dropped people for less.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now you're dragging it. Now my credibility is on hand. Mm-hmm. Now people are saying that I'm lying. Now people don't want to work with me because of it. So she addressed the situation. Just like I said, people are okaying August Alsina for pretty much throwing an entire situation out there.
Yeah.
But now when the situation's on the other foot, it's wrong because she chose to sit down and say, well, bro, you shot me. Like
after a whole though.
I mean, stop trying to vilify me, bro. Like, and I honestly felt like if he wouldn't have done all that, she would have stuck with the story of, it was glass or something.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what her.
That's if he wasn't going around lying. Yeah.
So me personally, I don't feel like she is. Like people that are talking about she's like 6'9". Shut up, man.
Is anyone else curious as to what those 4 people in the car could have been arguing about so intensely? Because it was her best friend, his security guard, and her.
They were like 5 blocks away from her house.
I
don't know how she got back in the car after she got shot. That was really weird to me. I'm like, well, why would she get back into the car?
Here's the thing.
If she was outside.
Because the police were there after the neighbor had called them, so she had to.
Inside? I would have walked.
I mean, and let's be honest. You get shot.
Both of her feet. Where is she going? This police
walk away, but her foot is.
You got shot. Where you walking?
You got to go back to your captor. That's kind of fucked up.
Like you said, we don't know what the argument was about. Maybe it was about him being, about
a midget.
So it can be illegally declared a midget. Maybe
vertically challenged, a bitch nigga. I'm sorry. I'm just going in right now.
Why was she messing with him in the first place? Was this to further her career? Because I don't see a woman like her actually be.
Was she messing with him? No one really said that they were involved.
I would say further her career, but you know how you get with somebody like a celebrity couple. You get more publicity. Like
but I don't think she needed his publicity because
this guy.
She might have been. Maybe he had a great personality. Maybe his game was on point.
I don't
know. Maybe.
You can't even reach the pussy standing up. Please stop.
Hey! But you know what though? Maybe he could
just say.
Maybe he could compensate in other ways. I mean, she did make that song talking about her in a car, and she wanted to hit the little dang thing in the back of the throat. We don't know.
Okay.
Right. My virgin ears now.
Look, I'm sorry, virgin ears. I ain't even going to touch that one.
Yeah, don't. I can see where that could go. Let it
go. But no, seriously, like, listen, I feel like this needs to... stop dragging this young lady. Stop vilifying her for setting the story.
Being a victim.
And at the end of the day, let's be honest. We don't know what went on in the vehicle. We don't know what went on outside the vehicle. None of us were there.
I know that nobody in the vehicle got shot.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
He could have missed. Like, that's what I'm saying. It could have ricocheted off of something, God forbid, and hurt her or kill her. Her mother just passed. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing around that. So you have to preemptively think, I'm going to pick up this gun, I'm going to cock this gun, and then I'm going to aim it in a direction, and then I'm going to press the trigger.
The thing is...
while hanging outside the vehicle. My bad.
The thing is, I felt like if she would have been paralyzed or killed, this would have been a different conversation.
Exactly. Like, people have to die and get hurt.
He's a very lucky man.
So why not treat it like that situation?
Because people are limited, and like you said, it's whom they like.
The thing is, why do we have to wait till the worst happens before we start to see things for what they are?
People like Tory Lanez more than her? I don't get it. I don't.
I mean, but again, that's you. You also don't see why she would have dated him.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Some people might like Tory Lanez more than her. Mind you, Meg the Stallion is still kind of new. Yeah, not a lot of dudes are really messing with her music. A fair amount, don't get me wrong. But still, a lot of people are kind of looking at it as she a female rapper. What do I care?
All I'm saying is he had no right to shoot at that girl.
No right at all.
Unless she shot him first. That's the only other reason. That's what Charlotte.
That's a small target too.
Yeah, that is very small.
That's a small target to try to hit at.
So it took the 2 hands.
And she's Meg the Stallion. Yes.
You know? I could imagine he looked like he was using a super soaker with his little.
Dude, stop talking about Tory.
Is he gonna get any?
He should just pay for what he did. That's the honest truth. That's how I feel. I feel like now that it's out there, let's see who has to pay for it.
Well, people are trying to get him deported, and honestly, I don't know. At the end of the day, when it comes to the law, it's kind of a tricky situation.
Because what she was saying was like it was too late to actually change the report.
Let me tell you. It doesn't matter. They have witnesses. It doesn't matter. Listen, you have to understand something. The prosecutors, the cops, if they wanna go after this, they absolutely can.
Well, I know for a fact that I don't think that's what she wants to do.
There is civil and there is criminal.
Yeah.
You understand? Even if she doesn't bring charges, the cops can. Like, let me give you another example. Say you and your girlfriend, maybe mother, wife, whatever, get into a fight and you beat the shit out of her, right? And she decides, I'm not going to press charges. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean the cops, the prosecutor can't.
So the law can say, okay, no, you battered this woman, you got to go. That's true.
They could say she's not going to do anything, but we absolutely are.
Yeah.
Or they could say we're not going to do anything, and she still has the right to go and press civil charges. So it all depends on how it's going to handle. I don't know what's going to come out.
Either which way, I hope he has to pay for what he did do, because it's wrong.
I don't think she's going to pursue it. I really don't think she's going to.
I will say that's some bitch shit, and we need to
do better. We need to do better as black men. That's what we need. We
need to instead of
protect us.
Protect them better. Honestly, I just kind of feel like if they were having an argument, bro, leave it verbal. Leave her. You about to throw your entire career away because she might have said something that you didn't like. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't like you anyway.
That shows the fragileness of his ego. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's no reason. There's no reason to do something like that.
Maybe she did what all females do when they get into an argument. That's why you got a small dick.
You know what? Him being short and having a small dick, that's a bad combination.
I hope his head game is good. Shit.
That's a bad combination.
I hope his head game is good.
Yeah. But still being called out on something like that, that's got to be rough.
But he ain't the first, man. So I mean, people handle it.
Gunshot, that's just and he's gonna make us have to try way harder as black. And that's absolutely that's the case. We got to pick up this nigga's slack because that shit right there, it sets us back.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's not a good look for none of us.
This is exactly why people say, black women are the ones that aren't being protected, and because let's be honest, sometimes we slack at it.
Sometimes,
we need to do. No,
thank you. Sometimes,
no, because you can't say all men are like that.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
That's why I said sometimes, because not all men are like that. Me personally, I would burn the world to the ground to protect the ladies in my life. You understand? But more important,
I got a real one up in here too.
Honest, but
don't listen. Don't be.
I don't think they have nothing to do with.
They don't need to know that.
They had to do nothing with us. Man, they don't cut them off in traffic and he created to burn the world.
Listen, they don't need to know about my shortcomings. You judge me. No, you judge me. My point is, we all need to adopt that mentality.
Right.
Even when it comes down to watching two women fight in the street, like
I hate to see that.
Bro,
Oh, that's one of my worst.
Dudes will pull a camera phone out and watch two girls go out. They'll watch, and then like, you got the pop on. Let's get this on camera.
I hate to see. Let me ask you a question. Do you like to see professional fighting? I like to see women professional fight either. Like UFC, when two women are fighting.
Yeah, it's not this. Yeah. Well, no, I love to watch it because I am a UFC MMA kind
of. I see equality on that because some of those girls are ripped and they're skilled enough.
I'm not saying that they could.
For real, like I like to watch it.
I'm not saying that they could work because of course they can work fast. They'll put me in the arm bar and stack me up in a second.
Exactly.
Up like a pretzel. But that's not what I'm saying. I just don't see
them
fight. I like to see women fight in any capacity.
And that's fine. But even at that point, it's more of a set stage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you said, I've seen two guys fight, but there's boxing and there's wrestling and there's MMA. It's a set stage. Rather than you see, two women get into it and instead of trying to calm it down, dudes be like, yeah, whoop that bitch ass.
Yeah, like the whole thing.
She called you out on Instagram. What?
I don't know if you sent me the video, but it was just a girl. She was just on her phone. It was like, right before the fight, they pull out the phone. She was on the phone. The girl just came up, boom, hit her. She fell on the floor, dude. And the girl, she had to fight, man, because she hit her like maybe 3 or 4 more times. And it was really bad, man.
So it's really bad. I can see in your face that it was bad. No, I don't like violence like that. It's not
look, but you just got to really watch who you're fighting, I guess, because that chick, I mean, I think I'd have a problem with her. She knew what she was doing.
She wasn't
She knew what she was doing.
Look, long story short, we need to do better, man.
Put Meg up on a pedestal, let old dude pay for what he did, and let's change as a whole society. Protect our women.
And you know, honestly, to play devil's advocate, we are hearing it from only one aspect. I feel like
always doing this devil's advocate. She got shot. She was.
No. Listen. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I would like to know what happened. Everyone else needs to put it out there.
I still want to know what happened between Rihanna and Chris Brown.
But no one paid attention to. Her friend was in the car. Why isn't her friend speaking out?
And why is it those 3 individuals in the vehicle got arrested and she didn't? That's for real. I want to know I do want to know further details.
There's a lot going on that we don't know.
We got to look at the police report.
But let's be honest. From what we do know, things being the way they are, that was uncalled for. And he shouldn't have been shooting at anybody.
We can do better as black men. I want to apologize to all the black men. Please don't judge us on this retarded ass nigga's action.
Right on.
Yeah, not all of us
you can't say retarded. That's not. You can't say retarded. Mentally unstable. Hey, hold on, like baby boy. Unstable creatures. Not gonna call them bitches. I'm gonna call them mentally unstable creatures.
You know what's sad, man? Is I liked Tory Lanez before this. I still do.
I keep calling y'all a different species. It's that Y chromosome.
Yeah. You're right.
Hey,
a little deformed, you know.
Have you not seen the video of that lady blowing up the car?
Oh wow, that is a funny one.
Yes, I did. That was a different level of ignorance. I do not claim her.
Yeah. Hey, you can't pick and choose, man.
That is karma at its best, though.
You can't pick.
It is. Why are you gonna lean into the car to throw the damn match? Like, why would I lean in? What kind of pyro? If she's a pyro, she's clearly not a pyro. What kind of pyro who's gonna put a whole bunch of fuel and then lean in? I looked at that video a lot. My bad.
Man who did not pay attention in chemistry class
at all. Like, who does that?
What she was doing? That's what it was.
She's like, I'm gonna watch it.
I gotta watch this shit burn.
I thought
I don't know, did she lose her eyebrows or her hair?
Did you not see the
the mugshot?
There it is.
Oh man, after we're done with this, I have to see it.
Yeah, dude. No, she didn't lose nothing. No, she just got a couple of scrapes though. I was like,
don't ruin it. Don't do that. I want to see no spoilers.
I gotta see this.
Dude, I did see that shit. That was a level of ignorance I will never claim.
But
most people listen on both sides. That's on another level, right? That's like a lady who drank.
But somebody sat there and videotaped the entire.
Police did not open the window. Hey, lady, hey, crazy lady. But after she poured the fuel in there, it was too late.
Let me be honest.
Obviously, it wasn't his car next to either one of us, so he didn't care. But after she poured the fuel, it was too late. Listen.
First of all, I would have did the same thing. I wouldn't have said nothing because you got to understand. Even though it's your homeboy's car, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it." You know,
that's funny.
But his car clearly wasn't.
Obviously,
hey, you know, it was like Friday. We're looking at the window while the girl threw the brick in Day-Day's car. Ooh, what you doing with that big ass key? I wouldn't have stopped. I would have watched the entire thing.
That's you, Dex.
Yes.
What would you have done, Esther? Would you have said something? Would you have rolled down the window? Hey, get up! But if she's crazy enough to say,
I know that's what I'm thinking. But I'm like,
do you really want it with that?
Like, did the person who's videotaping this call the police or anything? Like, that's what I'm saying. They're really just chilling. I didn't see any of that aspect.
He wasn't trying to be a snitch.
But I'm just gonna record this and put it so I can get views and get money or something.
Listen, for all of those watching and listening, let me let y'all know. I know both of these. I know both of these Negroes personally.
Come on, man.
And I'm gonna tell you right now.
You call me that. Take that back.
They would have watched the whole thing. In fact, they would have called friends to watch it.
As long as it wasn't my...
Oh, excuse me. Please don't put me in that. And I heard you call me a Negro.
Yeah,
I'm a queen.
Yes.
I will not.
Proud it, Esther.
Okay, we got the S fan club here. Okay, yes. My bad.
Okay. So no, I'm not no snitch.
The point is, y'all would have watched it because y'all would have thought it was funny.
Listen, as long as my car wasn't...
I wouldn't have thought it was funny because what about the car next to it? I would see what this dumb bitch is doing. I'd be like, yo, mama, stop. You doing it wrong. I would have did that at minimum.
How was he supposed to do it? How was she supposed to do it?
Hey, listen, you know what?
Come back at 12:30. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Hey, you know what? Y'all can go ahead and y'all can be the bigger person. I would have watched all of it. And I would have laughed my ass off.
I know you would.
I am
not going to be the bigger person here.
The guy who took the video, you didn't hear him laughing. He would have been laughing.
Let me tell you something. Listen. The video would have been unwatchable how hard I would have been laughing. Like, come on, cameraman, you have one job.
One job. Keep your hands still and let me.
People don't know she could have blew up. Like blew up. Not the way she did it there, but like literally.
No, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, even the freaking the building that was right there, like a couple more cars were destroyed as well.
At some point, yeah.
It would happen because you have to understand the gasoline in that car ignited, and then what was in the tank most likely ignited as well. Man, so there was an explosion.
That's a dangerous situation. Even if you're sitting there filming that, at some point you gotta...
What happened?
My life.
Why did she do it again? I gotta reread that story.
Man, you gotta be a man. What other reason would she do it? Or a girl who cheated on her.
But I'm gonna know what got her to that level. Like, why? What's the reason?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know.
That was extra shit. I don't know.
They want to have try to outdo each other.
They might have clicked up.
So she want to go get a felony because of somebody? Like, that's a dumb bitch. I'm sorry.
Over what? There's a lot of things she could have did. But...
Hey, it was wrong. Everyone owns up to that. But it was funny as hell. Yes. At the very least, we got entertainment out of it.
I mean, and like the way that she blew back and forth.
I've watched that so many times. I'm not even
that was the funniest part.
That was hilarious.
That was the funniest. You know what? The stupidity of it was the funniest part to me. Because I'm sitting here like, no, she's not. No, come on.
I'm gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. I rewatched the part where she blew up and hit the other car like 15 million times, like the impact, like pop, pop. Oh shit!
And then she had the audacity to run back,
grab the fucking gas,
grab the stuff.
It's like, oh, I can't.
Club crawl though. I could say that she got a pop and crab claw. She was.
You gotta cover up your tracks after you just got blown up. Like,
gallon of gas is like $3, man. I can't let that go to waste. I just gotta go in my car.
She needed that can, bro. She needed the can.
Bro. And you know the crazy thing is, can you imagine when people saw her walking up to the car was thinking, like, I wonder what she doing with that bath and that gas can. Oh, this is.
Oh no.
In fact, I'm pretty sure
that was
what happened. He was like, oh,
He seen it, yeah. He was like, what is she doing? Why you at? Wait, what is she doing? Okay, I know what's going on here. He's like, one other thing. If you're not headed to the gas cap, what else could you be doing?
He's like, yeah, I see.
But all of that, she already drew too much attention to herself. I would have left the gas can there too.
Might as well.
Listen,
you left your eyebrows and your face. You left everything.
Listen, I'm just saying, man. And you know, and can you imagine whoever car was coming outside like?
Yeah.
I'd have lost my mind if that was
amazing.
Bad for them, I guess. I don't know.
But, it wasn't me, and it was funny as hell. Yeah. So
people got too much time on their hands. That's it.
Well, that's going to bring the show to a close.
Cool. I'd love to keep talking, but no.
Yeah. Let me end this off by saying thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all all coming by and listening to us. Or for those of you on YouTube watching us, we are.
Thank you. Please support us.
Yeah. We are again on Spotify, Google Podcasts,
Stitcher, Red Circle, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and Apple.
Exactly. Go ahead and give us a download, give us a like. And as Jay said last week, Give us a dislike. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, jump on the comments, man.
Send us emails about topics to talk about as well. We're also on Facebook. Look for our Facebook page.
Yeah, watch I come ahead and make fun of Jay's straight ass hair.
There you go. You can do that. I've heard it all.
Stop. Everyone deserves their level of expression. We need you to stop that. Come on, son.
Sorry, we're roasting each other right now.
I felt attacked there, man. He went straight to my forehead.
We had to go there.
I think he took time his hair.
What?
I'm just saying, let people have their self-expression.
Exactly.
Who's this guy here?
Your locks are beautiful.
I mean,
Go ahead, say thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, thanks again for listening, everyone.
all right, y'all take it easy.
It's been a blast. Thanks.
Come join us again next week. Same bat place, same bat channel.
Peace.
Peace.